Hi, folks. Alright, this is actually kind of a big one. I'm guessing this will be bigger at the end of the week, but I got this and I saw this and I decided to put this one up. Scientists believe they've actually stumbled on how parallel universes are found and have actually stumbled upon parallel universes. And basically, this is how they're doing it. They're trying to use the multiverse theory, coming up with their own ends. Dr. Ranga-Ram Chary, Chary, something like that, examined the noise and residual signals in the cosmic microwave background left from the Big Bang, and found a number of bright spots which he believes may be signals of other universes bumping into our own. At least the tentative conclusion researchers have come to, according to some cosmological theorists and theories, collisions of alternate universes should be possible. You know, people believe that at one point black holes led to when the science actually suggests much different physics, suggesting that there are realms within our universe and various other areas and dimensions where those fabrics intertwine, which I've always believed, and I will always believe this. We don't need some giant gravity vortex or assumed gravity vortex to do this. So this is basically it. Once the universe begins in a Big Bang type setting, it never stops expanding. And that basically goes into all universes. So they expand exponentially in every direction, including into each other's own fabric, bringing my hypothesis that I just made true. So it makes sense they periodically bump into one another, again making my assumption, my theory, true. They're all likely in a row, says researchers, vibrating, bouncing around, and rubbing on each other. This doctor believes that the signal he's received indicate that this other universe or other universes are extremely different from our own. And he says it could have a ratio of subatomic particles called photons and baryons that are about 10-fold greater than in our own universe. So whichever way you want to look at it, as dimensions, universes, etc., these guys really don't have the science to say one thing versus another on what these specifics are and the characteristics are to each. So at this point, you're going to basically use your own theories and your own reasoning for it. But anyways, he was looking at this present day scenario in our universe, and it suggests that our universe may simply be a region within an eternally inflating superregion. Many other regions beyond our observable universe would exist, with each region governed by a different set of physical parameters than the other we have measured in our own universe. And this would actually make a lot of sense, because if you're going to have anything that is infinite, or any type of code running in the background that basically governs the atoms, they're going to basically be in layers, but they're going to also be in parallel layers, vertical, horizontal, sideways, yawing in and out, all kinds of different things, waving in and out. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, that these guys, and this is my personal opinion, cannot actually tell you why those socks go missing, why various other things go missing for days at a time, and all of a sudden you find it a week later in the spot you looked 9 times in a row when nobody else has been in the room. I believe those phenomena are actually real. Yeah, sometimes the socks go into the area behind the dryer, drum, and various other things. But I've had my times, ladies and gentlemen, and so have you, where you lost your wallet, you lost your phone. You put it down somewhere and you know exactly where it should have been. And a day or two later you go back and it's nearly in the same spot. And you check that area once, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, for whatever reason, that time and space had been weak, and your wallet may have gone into another reality. I know that's hard to swallow, but you know what? I believe it's a possibility, ladies and gentlemen. Just like if you look out of the corner of your eye at night and you see a shadow walking up and down the street, could be a ghost, could be somebody in black clothing, could be an interdimensional being. Until you look at it, or until you realize out of the corner of your eye that it is a whole being or not a whole being, do you really know? No. My sister has a good health, good psychiatric health and everything else, and our family is always known to be a little bit more psychic and not schizophrenic or anything like that. And our family came over from Europe, from the part where all the gypsies and everything used to be from. Christian by nature, non-Jewish related, which is kind of weird for that region. But anyways, our great, I guess it'd be our great-great-grandmother used to actually be a real witch. Now, I don't know exactly what that meant back in those days. If she had been, a midwife and, she used alternative medicines, this and that. But she used to do seances and various things that were occultic in nature. So us having the ability, like I'm more of a remote viewer, to perceive reality slightly different or slightly beyond what it is on paper means that other things do exist. One of the biggest things that she and I, even my dad, keep seeing every once in a while, depending on the day, the time, and everything else, and is every once in a while you'll see like a, what do they call them, shadow men or something like that, where it's like a black, dark figure of a person and they're usually walking along a hallway or something. Well, we saw that at one of our trailers at a campsite we had, and we got out. We thought somebody was in the trailer. I ran out. I thought somebody was literally in the trailer. So my sister went in. She confirmed it was still in that area, and we both went in there, and it had been gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this figure looked three-dimensional, but it was all black. I thought it was literally a person in all black. The room was a little bit darker, but it had passed in front of me going down the hallway between the door, so it basically passed vertical through the door, so it looked like somebody was walking through not the hallway area, but through the doorway sideways. And she and I were going to go get him and hold him down, call the police, and have him arrested. But it wasn't a person, folks. So it's very interesting to see that these parallel universes do exist. And since that area, ladies and gentlemen, used to be kind of Native American-ish in nature, it's no doubt that we've seen that kind of thing in that area. So very interesting. Along with other things, pets die and you see them walking around every once in a while, this and that. That could be energy fluctuations from what I've read and everything else, but unless they actually do things the pets used to do, it's probably just resonating energy. But it could be your pet too. Who knows? Depends on the situation.